Hello everyone, my name is Tyler. I am the CEO and founder of Diesel Laptops, and today I want to talk to you about one of our programs to give you a brief overview called DTC Solutions. So DTC Solutions is a desktop application that you install on your computer. It only works on Windows-based computers. It is a lifetime license, it'll never expire, and it's going to give you information on every single diagnostic fault code that exists for commercial trucks, about over 60,000 of them. So let me show you how this works. So first of all, you just go to your make and you would simply go through the list and find what you're looking for. It could be a transmission, it could be an ABS, could be a cab controller. They're all going to be in here. So for example, with Freightliner, I have on my SAM cab, my SAM chassis, and I have all my codes and a bunch of information. So the thing with codes I need to talk to you about real quick before we get too much further is kind of how codes work and why this program is important no matter who purchases the tool. So at the end of the day, there's really two types of fault codes. There's generic data that you can get with really any code reader. A $100 code reader will do it. You can get them off the dash displays a lot of times. And this will be your PIDs, your SPNs, and your FMIs. If you've ever looked at codes, those terminology seems pretty familiar to you probably. But the problem is this. The problem is if you go ahead and you call your local Cummins dealer and say, hey, I got SPN 110 FMI3, they're probably not going to be able to help you or look it up because all of those codes translate to OEM flash codes, as we call them, or fault codes. So in this case, that FMI and that SPN and PID translate to 144. The great thing with DTC Solutions is you can search by any of those things. So if you have a generic little reader and you have your FMI and PDI and SPN, you can simply type that in and it'll start filtering this list down to what you're looking for. So once you do find the code you're looking for, it's very easy to use. You simply just click on the code and you're going to get a little picture here and you're going to get a description. And this is going to be anywhere from a sentence or two to a couple paragraphs. And at the very end of all this, you'll come down here and it'll say, here are your possible causes to fix this code that you just encountered. Right, so very easy to read. It's not meant to be a step-by-step troubleshooting tree and an in-depth program. We have other solutions for that. This is simply meant to figure out what code you have, how serious it is, and get you in the area. So we also give you a couple other things. So say it is the engine harness. Say it's not your coolant temperature sensor. It's actually the harness itself. So we do have wiring diagrams in here. And I'll click on wiring diagrams, and it pulls up a PDF. And let's make this as big as we can. So we have our own department here that creates wiring diagrams. We got a lot of individuals in there. We pump out a ton of wiring diagrams every month. And we're going to give you a picture of the ECM. We're going to give you a breakout of all the pin locations on the ECM. And we're going to give you some directions on how to read and what all these things mean. And then we're going to go through here and we're going to show you the exact wiring diagram for that engine. So all this has been double verified by our diesel techs here and again our department manager. So we try to make them as clean, easy to use as possible for anybody that wants to use these things. So they're great documentation here for wiring diagrams. To get to the very end, we actually show you the chassis connectors as well, what's going on with those things and what you should be looking at. All right, so beyond that, there is a new feature we added recently to the software as well, and I'll show you. It's very new, but we are adding more of these every month. You can expect about probably about 10 to 15 of them per month to get added to the system. So let's go to a DT466, and you'll see I have another button here now called Component Locators. So Component Locators, what we found is customers, they have a code, they know what sensor they have, but they don't know where it is on the vehicle. So we made this component locator, which basically gives you a nice picture of the engine, and we color coded the objects that are of importance and obviously label them with arrows. So this way you have a nice clean way to find those sensors, find those components that you're looking for. In talking about updates, we do those all the time. So literally every month, right around the end of the month, you'll receive notification there's a new update. If you don't check it every 30 days, the program will ask you to check it. Otherwise, you hit the little I button here and hit check for updates, and it'll check our server to see if there's new updates. So again, that's the really overview on DTC Solutions. It's a great tool for any shop or anybody that just wants to get the basic, get me in the ballpark repair information for any diagnostic code that exists. And you don't have to pay any annual fees. As long as we're on version 2, which is what we currently are on, the lifetime, the program will never stop working, and you'll continue to get free updates and free support. When we go to version 3, We will no longer be including updates for version 2 because we're on a new version. If you bought within the last 12 months, you'll be upgraded to version 3 for free. If it's been more than 12 months since you purchased, there is a $100 fee to go from version 2 to version 3. So great program. We hope you enjoy it, and we look forward to hearing any feedback. Thank you for watching.